Is it really worth reviewing this episode? Fuck me. Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Poker fans, and others who stump on this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen here with episode 16 of XY&Z, English dub. Fucking showcase episode. And I already don't care about the anime, but it doesn't help that literally the next episode I have to watch is the fucking showcase where Serena gets her third key. Like, what are the odds, right? What are the chances of this happening? See, that's what happens when I don't look ahead, right? That's what happens. Like, I already know, like, next week's episode is the Neuburn episode. I already know I'm going to be pissed at that, because it's literally a carbon copy of Talonflame's evolution. So it's like, bruh. But this one was just, why? What is wrong with these? Why are these writers so incompetent? I just don't understand. Like, the moment I was told in the discussion or the viewer Friday I made yesterday that this was the Serena episode, the showcase episode, and like I just don't understand. Like, already going in, I knew I was gonna be disappointed, and I really was. Like, first of all, who the fuck is this random chick that showed up, right? Who the fuck is she? And where the hell did she come from? Right? And it's just like, there's a lot of problems I have with this episode. Let's go into detail. So first, we're introduced to our quote-unquote antagonist for this episode. Which is first of all, I just don't like her, just on the premise that she's a snobby rich girl. Right? I just don't like people like that in general, because they think that they own everything, they can get away with everything, and they think that the world owes them. So I personally hate people like that. So I didn't like her for that. Like, right off the bat, I just didn't like her. So, which is good, because you're supposed to not like, you're supposed to, cheer for the main protagonist, which I was never going to do anyways, because I hate Serena and I hate her character. But it helps to have an antagonist whose personality I would clash with. So that's, I'll give him that. I'll give him props for creating an antagonist for this episode, like her. Then we get to the showcase area, right? We get, before the gang has to eat and blah, 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 whatever. We get to the showcase, right? And then the pre-performance sequence, right? The thing that gets you into the actual performance round. The one that's always random. First off, I'm just upset. They literally handed her the victory in there on a silver platter. It was pathetic. Now, see, if they had done this correctly, right? If the showcases had actually been done correctly throughout this entire time, right? It was all done right. Actually, I forgot one thing. The whole Sylveon thing. What the fuck? Like, first off, she was okay with Chespin, which, that was one of the problems with the evolution to begin with. Like, her attitude, like, the Pokemon just changed for no reason. And then, like, so they had that, but then literally right after that, they had her remember the previous showcase and how she fucked it up. Well, she didn't even fuck it up. She just fell off, like, right? Just stage fright and slip. Because, like, Serena can't lose on purpose, right? Like, she can't lose because she just sucks, right? There has to be some... Anyways, that's the point. They actually had Sylveon, like, remember this, and all of a sudden, no, it's okay. We all practice for this. Which was complete bullshit. This is already an established thing. Serena never practices for all this stuff. In fact, I made a video about it long ago, and since the last showcase, she hasn't been showing practicing at all. I apologize for my dog barking in the background. I cannot do anything about it. But, so, like, there was no practice there. The only thing we got was the double battle where AV evolved. That was it. There's no practicing before or after. So we get to the actual form, which is like the Rhyhorn thing. Oh, you have to do, be able to get as many Rhyhorns as you can. Now, Serena doesn't do anything, right? Until, like, the last part of that entire thing where she actually, like, goes up to a Rhyhorn and, like, calms it down and, like, does the thing. Which is a good payoff to the whole thing about whole Rhyhorn thing in the background, right? In the past, right? But that was one. All the other ones, for some reason, just ran to her. Like, there was just no explanation, and they never explained that in this entire episode or any time before this has happened. They never explained the reason why Rhyhorns automatically, like, go to her. There's just nothing. There's nothing there. And it's not because she's been with Rhyhorns her whole life, because she herself was horrible at Rhyhorn racing. She sucked at it. So how the hell can they explain that the Rhyhorns instantly were attracted to her and went to her directly? There's no explanation for that. So that right there was a whole failure. The only one I give her is the one lone Rhyhorn that didn't do anything, and then she rode it over to where the rest of them were. That's the only one I'll give her. The rest, bullshit, right? And there's no reason to have your Pokemon if you're just gonna attract them by yourself, right? There's no reason for Braixen and Pancham to even be there because they didn't do anything. And then we see the snobby girl, which I will say, even though I hated her, the fact she has an Espeon and a shiny Dragonair, that just wins points for me because Espeon, as you all should know, is my favorite evolution, and it's a shiny Dragonair, which looks cool and awesome, and it's a shiny, which we rarely see. So, and we don't even see her. Like, we saw her using a track, but we didn't really see how it ended. Obviously, she won, but, like, we didn't see anything. We just saw her using the track and the Rhyhorns, you know, being affected, and then, like, cut to show Serena for some fucking reason. Like, I don't understand what the point of that was. And then we get to the performance round. Now, that girl, even though I hated her, right, I hate her personality, she still has an Espeon Dragonair and a shiny Dragonair. Her performance was actually pretty solid. I actually really, really enjoyed it. It was very beautiful, very vibrant, and the fact that she used Espeon in such a awesome manner was awesome, right? It was cool, right? But that's, like, we saw that one, and then we see Serena's, right? Right after that. And, like, it just pissed me off, right? It pissed me off. Like, because first, actually, before I talk about how good it was, I just want to say, they were on a wooden stage, and she had Braixen use Flamethrower. That shit should have been burned to the ground. I'm just saying, like, if real life logic, things burned, the stage would have been gone. But that's besides the point. So the performance was actually pretty solid. I gotta say, there was one cool moment, I will admit it, it was really cool, where they had Braixen use, like I said, the whole flamethrower thing on the ground, and then Sylveon used Fairy Wind. Now, that's not the cool part. The cool part was, they had Pancham, right? He, like, put his sunglasses on, like, all cool and chill, and then he, like, just ran it, and then he, like, boosted up, and he went for Stone Edge on the ground and crit. I thought that was sick. Like, I will admit, that was sick as hell. But then, right, as soon as I saw that, and I saw the rest of the performance, I was like, see, this is why her performances are bullshit. Because she has never once practiced any of this. So even though that moment was cool, and it was awesome, and everything else, you know, was pretty cool, okay, I honestly, the only thing I cared about was that one particular moment. She's never practiced this. None of this sequence was ever practiced. Not only that, because of the fact that she had an EV before, I'm gonna, like, right off the bat, just discredit anybody that says that she practiced any of this shit. Before the EV evolved, you're gonna have, like, a specific, you know, whole, practice sessions, you know, for EV and, like, to make sure it doesn't happen again. Then EV evolves, which means she would have to, like, readjust her entire performance to Sylveon, who has new moves to go with the... So, like, right there, just debunked. There's no way you can argue against that, right? There's no way in hell she's gonna do two performances, because they have to change to adapt to a bigger Pokemon with new moves. So her first one, bullshit. Second one, bullshit. There's just no way. There's no way in hell. So Serena never practiced. She doesn't deserve to win because she sucks. She's awful. Horrible character development. And then after that, they had food, and then she was going to brush them, but then she forgot to brush at the thing, and then... Okay, so this one, this is what I loved. And honestly, I know that the way the writers made it, it wasn't meant like this, but this is how I took it. Because the little bratty rich girl was like, oh, but my performance was better, and blah, blah. I'm not going to argue whether it was or not, because I just don't care. I don't like her, so I'm not. But anyways, so, like, how she wants to be better than Arya, blah, 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 all this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And then she leaves, all stormed off and mad, and then Palermo was like, hey, you girl looking over here. And then she's like, were you satisfied with your performance? And she's like, well, I had fun. And I'm like, well, there's something you still lack. And I'm like, yeah, character, development, growth, Pokemon development. There's a lot of things she's missing to be a competent character. I know that she was talking about how, you know, she needs to get better at performances and, like, her routine needs to be more solid and blah, 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 all that jazz. I understand that. But as a viewer who actually understands the problems of her character, she has a huge list of flaws. And like the main one is she never practiced. Like even though they say, oh no, she never practices. You can't. The writers can't. Real people who actually understand how writing works, right? They know that you're telling bullshit lies because there's no way in hell she ever practices. First of all, you never show them, right? You never show them, so there's just no way that's gonna happen. Why the fuck do you try to defend this bitch? Just throw her under the bus and like leave her alone. Let's just forget Serena ever happened, right? That's just the best thing we could all do as a human species. But anyways, so obviously Palermo talking about how she has flaws with her performances and how she needs to fix her routines and stuff like that. Obviously she didn't say that, but that's what she was hinting at. And then obviously I think there has to be something with the connect. I don't know what the last one was, but there has to be one more thing. I just think she's just a sucky character, right? That's what I understood. I would like to imagine that the writers made her say that line to like just focus on the fact that she sucks so much as a character and not the fact that she's not good enough to beat Arya, which is then gonna hint to the fact that she loses. Which I'm so glad for. I'm so glad she loses. She doesn't deserve any of this to begin with. So and then here's my final problem with this entire episode and just the showcases in general. Cause this is what happened, right? Remember the last showcase, Jessie won, right? She got one key, right? That was her first key. Serena reaches this one, because that's what they said was the next showcase. It was this one, right? Now here's the problem with this. Here's the problem with this. In this episode, the showcase they announced and advertised is the masterclass one, right? The masterclass. Shauna, obviously, I'm pretty sure she already has her 3 keys. I don't understand how. Jessie needs 2. Nini needs 1 more. I think Miette still missing a key. So there's like 4 keys roughly 4 or 5 keys missing here. And if you're gonna add that new girl that was showcased in this episode, that's a 6th key. That's how the hell do you explain those characters getting their last keys to participate in the masterclass? Like I said, I don't know if that new girl participates, but I know Miette shows up. I know Nini shows up. I know Shauna's going to be there, and so is Jessie. Where in that entire gap do these people get the keys if the one that's advertised is the master class? So this is why I say they just don't know what they're doing. This whole showcase thing has been a complete mess since the start, and I think that they should have not even attempted to do any of this. Just have her be her and like her crappy character from the get-go. Because, like, there's honestly, you guys did not handle this correctly. This whole showcase thing has been a mess. Like, from a writer and a viewer, like, an actual person who knows, I mean, I'm not here to say that I know how to write stuff, but, like, from a viewer who can analyze and understand that there are flaws in the writing, and someone who watches other shows to see the differences between writing styles, and how some stories are written, and how good storytelling can be, your showcase saga is honestly trash. It is actually garbage how you've written it out as it is. And this right now is a perfect example of how you did not know how to handle this. Because when you did that, like back in, I don't know, obviously you're not the same writers, but when they did it back in Diamond and Pearl, and like May did it, well May was a different case. May, I think, was the last one that needed a ribbon, if I remember correctly. So that's why. So it was okay for the next one to be the Grand Festival. But when it came to Dawn, there was still other contests being announced, which is why Jessie was able to win her ribbons and then was able to participate. Because there was multiple contests everywhere, and they were like, oh yeah, blah blah. But no, the Grand Festival. By the time it was announced, there was other contests happening around. So Jessie was able to do her thing, and all the other characters were able to do their thing, so they could get their 5 ribbons in time. This time, there's nothing like that, because like, at least back in the day, Jessie participated in most of Dawn's contests, and then like when she was actually doing it in May's case, she participated in most of them. She lost most of them, but like the fact is that she was active in most of them. Jessie hasn't appeared in every single showcase. She hasn't. So that fact alone just proves that you have a very flawed system for the showcases, and honestly, at this point, they're the most worthless part about this whole saga. Just Serena in general is the most stupidly done, badly written portion of XY and just Gen 6 in general. And you have failed as writers when it comes to this. I'm sorry to have to bring that up and actually, like, you should appreciate it, because most of these people are on your nuts about how you have Serena and her love shit with Ash. Like, right? Real viewers, real fans who actually care and understand what good writing is are trying to call you out on your bullshit. So when you do Sun and Moon, you actually know what you're doing and hopefully not flop it like this time. So anyways, that's it for this rant tangent. Just fuck Serena, all that shit. I honestly, like, you guys really want me to make reviews when it comes to just Serena-centered episodes? Because at this point, it's literally just going to be ranting and bashing about how poorly this thing has been done. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I will freely skip those episodes because they honestly don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Let me know in the comments. What do you guys want me to do about them? And as always, my name is SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos.